You are live.
You are live.
Live.
Fuck. Fire noise.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 22.3 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we are the STS Guys, a weekly podcast where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky and cool. What is going on this week, guys?
Well, the good news is Scott's back.
I'm back.
Scott's back.
Scott's back.
Mike is MIA, but that's okay.
Yeah. Trust me, it happens. Sometimes life gets in the way. So
yeah, I have a feeling maybe Mike fell asleep or something because we didn't send him the link till super late, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know he's been playing a lot of Saints Row.
Oh yeah, that came out. I know he's
came out Thursday.
that.
So yeah, like it's always sucks. You know, end of summer, you always want to go do stuff, especially with the kid going back to school, right? So I'm like, always had like family coming into town, and then going on trips and prior commitments and things. So I'm glad that school has started back up. It has definitely nerfed my social calendar, and I get to be back. It's really exhausting being an adult and actually have to do things like go out of your house to meet people.
Ew, meeting people.
Yeah. Jeremy and I went out last night, actually.
Yes, we did.
So.
Nice. Yeah. Well, in that case, I guess you could say it's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a week.
It has been a week.
4 weeks in a row. It is.
I know.
It is right.
You're the best weekly podcast.
Yeah. We're here. I guess no contribution to my part, really, but it has been good that you've done 4 weeks in a row.
That's true. You missed like 3 of those 4.
Three out of the 4.
Whatever.
The last 4.
We,
but it's all right.
We powered through.
Yeah.
I did the math, right? Scott, last week was our 5-year anniversary of starting the podcast, 5 years on August 20th. I did the math, like 5 times 52 or whatever. And our episodes, we're like 75%. We hit 75% of the weeks. That's pretty good for 5 years.
First off, for
5.
STS guys, a solid C is good. Like that's good for us.
Yeah,
like,
that's really good. Well, and here's the thing: 5 years.
5 years.
But at this 5 years, like I said, look how many podcasts we've seen, come and go in those 5 years.
Yeah,
it's true.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Dude, the list of no longer active podcasts is now, I think, overshadowing the list of what we still have on your friends list.
It is kind of winding down because even like Talking Pops, they dropped episode 299. So Mike and Josh were only going to 300, so they're almost done. So shout out to those guys. But yeah, they're dropping, man. But we're still here.
We're still here, like
5 years later.
It's great.
It's crazy.
Does anybody have an estimated week story? Because like I got one.
All right, let's go for it.
Really, what do you got?
So I felt like such a little kid today. So I was telling Scott about this. I said earlier in this week. So apparently, I said, you can buy the best stuff at Costco. Like you can buy the absolute best stuff at Costco. So at Costco, they have, like I said, these foldable, electric e-bikes.
Oh yeah,
they basically go 25 miles an hour. Like I said on this electric e-bike. This thing's badass. Like it's this electric mini e-bike. And so, like I said, it has like pedals and everything else like that. But then it has I think it has like a 20 or 30 mile range to it. But then goes like 25 miles an hour. 25 miles an hour on a bike is pretty
fast. Yeah.
Well, on a bike, but also on like a smaller frame bike. It's kind of scary.
Yeah. It's quick, man. Yeah.
But this thing is fun. I've literally had probably the most fun I've had in a long time, like on this stupid little like mini bike.
Oh, dude, those things are fun. Not the same thing as those little bikes, but kind of similar on the thing. Like, I'm awful at it. Like, but those little hoverboard things, Man, once you get used to that, and you can zip around. Like those things are cool as hell. Like they're not like the big dumb segways. Like the little things that just like barely lean forward. And that fucking thing takes off rolling. Like
so
those things are awesome.
So here's the thing. I found a random picture of it on Groupon for some reason.
Nice.
But yeah, like so like this thing's badass. Like it's like
pretty cool. What is it? The Voyager Radius Pro e-bike.
Yeah, but then like I said, it like folds in the middle. So like for example, if you want to like store it, or if you want to like throw it in your car.
Go back to that second photo, Jeremy. For anybody who's out there, and if you zoom in, hover over that middle, you see the hinge right there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you can actually fold it in half, and then the thing folds down, so that you can actually like carry it like a suitcase.
So basically, for anybody like that, the frame literally is cut in half and has like a little bolt thing. Yeah, there's a little carry handle and everything on it.
But highly, like I said, if you've never ridden one, or I said if you're at your local Costco, especially with with our wellness budgets. It is
nice.
I said it is a good wellness product.
Nice,
highly recommend.
Yeah. We were just talking about the remaining balance on our wellness budget yesterday. That might be a good use of the last couple $100.
Yep. It is a very good use.
Very
Highly recommend.
That's awesome.
If not, I know your son would absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like just a good time, anyhow.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty awesome. Like I'm like it's pretty awesome. Yeah, they're like $500 at Costco right now.
It's not bad. I mean, that's not much more than like a regular bike.
Yeah,
really. Right? Like that's
I mean, there are some regular bikes that are significantly
that's
more
true.
Than
yeah,
that, so.
Fair. The nice pro bikes.
Yeah, no, you're talking, that's not much more than like the bikes you get at Target or Walmart. Right?
Yeah. I'm not.
But it goes.
We're not Lance Armstrong. We don't need like the Tour de France bike that probably costs me as much as my car. But it's a couple $100. That's not bad.
But yeah,
I need stuff that I can, if I fall and eat shit on the bike and I wreck it, I'm like not mad. I'm like, all right, I didn't ruin the bike.
Oh,
like a ding or two is fine.
Found a picture of it folded. Like so here it is. Like when it folds down, like it folds down like this little suitcase.
Oh wow, yeah. It's
so
super compact.
Yeah, it has a little grab handle, and you can just carry it.
So basically, the frame cuts in half, and then the handles drop down 180 degrees, right?
But yeah,
you get that.
It's so much freaking fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, we'll have to look when wellness renews.
Yeah. So good January purchase, like I said,
very cool.
For those of you out there who who are into the old wellness.
Yeah. So
good to take care of yourself with an electric bike. I mean, whatever. It's got against the rules.
It has pedals, and it's
exactly. You're out doing stuff. Yep. Like it's better than sitting on the couch, no matter what it is. So,
exactly.
Right?
You're outside. You're getting some fresh air. That counts for mental health. You know what? Going back to being a giddy child is good for your mental health.
It is 100%.
Ed nails it. It looks very much like a transformer.
Yeah. It's totally a transformer.
More than meets the eye.
Now, if only you could have it motorized so where you hit a button and it would open itself up and then make that noise.
That would be amazing.
I think that'd be more than a $500 bike.
That would be more than
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely down for it.
There's
I
realize
the cost is not
there's that Optimus like I said auto transforming truck. I think that's like even like $600.
Yeah.
You guys
just a toy.
You guys have seen that, right? I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Very cool.
Where it talks and it has a cup like all the like can walk around and stuff. Yeah.
Manny says he watched a DoorDash guy using one of those bikes on TikTok and he crashed it one time. I can 100% I can 100% see how someone would crash one of these.
Oh yeah.
Because the tires are so tiny, like you literally like overcorrect a turn,
you go down
a little bit, you're going down.
So they're not the same ones, obviously, but like downtown like Austin, they have it where you have your traditional like bird scooter, right? The Lime or whatever they are, that you roll on. But they have some of those they're not the foldable ones, but pretty much the same concept, right? Where you can check out and rent the e-bikes and roll down the roads. And I have seen several people eat shit on those things, like hitting potholes, or like Jeremy said, they don't realize like the corner on those. You have to do a good lean, like a motorcycle versus a bike where you can just turn the thing like, oh yeah, and they just and just eat it. So yeah, I can definitely see. We need to do a like e-bike fail compilation at some point. Throw some video up on here and just watch people eat shit on those bikes, because it is actually quite funny.
Yeah, we did. I got talked into doing the Lime scooters last time I was in downtown Austin, and I am not coordinated enough for that, because I was feared for my life. Because for what Scott just said, it was like, the people I was with were in front of me, and they like darted out into the street, and there's like potholes and stuff. The streets of downtown Austin aren't very nice, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna freaking die, but I made it. But it also went way quicker than you would think. So yeah, I feel like the 25 miles per hour on this bike.
Manny,
it's a little risky for me.
Manny has a good idea. An STS Guys e-bike
stream.
stream.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's like the GoPro on your helmet or on the handlebars or something.
Do it. Yeah, we'll have to do something.
That would be cool. This seems like a good time for a shout out to the chat. We got Manny. What's up, Manny? Thank you for the nice recap you shared on Twitter of the Taylor Swift episode 222. Shout out to Ed. That means Jessica's nearby. Shout out to Galactic Brad. Shout out to Dustmans. I feel like I've been meaning to shout that guy out for a while too. So what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out on this Saturday night.
How's everyone joining us?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I sadly, like, I would say, like, I would love to say I've done anything over the last few weeks, but I have literally done nothing. I've not bought anything. I've not gone anywhere.
You went to San Antonio. I know.
I did go to San Antonio. We went to SeaWorld.
Oh, see, that's cool.
But I'll tell you this. So we went to SeaWorld when it was 104 degrees outside. That was the biggest mistake we have made in a very long time. So we went there. We rode like 4 roller coasters.
All right.
And it was like the same, like no one was riding any of the rides. So the one good thing is when it's that hot outside, it's just, you can literally get off the roller coaster, get back on that same roller coaster,
which is fun
and
makes it a little better.
Yeah, but it sucked, dude. Like we were out there, it was so hot. Like I literally like had to like. Luckily, I thought we might go to the water park side, which was next on our agenda.
Yeah,
but it was like there was tons of people, so I was like, hey, let's just go ride some roller coasters first, and like see if maybe that crowd dies down. So I had to change the clothes, and when I got to the car, I had to literally peel like the shirt off because it was so like just soaking wet from sweat. It was not a good time. It was definitely miserable. So yeah, we rode the roller coasters, looked at my daughter. I was like, all right, do you want to go to the water park and go try to swim? And she just looked. Never heard a kid turn down a free water park. She goes, no, can we just go home? It's too hot.
Out of here.
It's like, I want to leave. I was like, you know what? I do too. Let's go. So I grabbed the wife and the daughter and we're just beelined it back to the car.
It
didn't even stop by Buc-ee's.
That's where I was going.
It was such a miserable like heat drive. We got food at Neaters because there's only San Antonio. Can't get it anywhere else. Okay. So we got food at the Neaters and then just rolled back home. Looked at Buc-ee's, was like, anybody in the mood to stop at Buc-ee's? No, keep it going. So yeah, it's one of the first times I've skipped Buc-ee's on the drive down.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's where I was going. I'm like, I knew you went to San Antonio. Like there had to be at least a Buc-ee's stop, right? But no, I totally get it. Like hot and miserable, you just want to go home. I feel bad for you guys. Like the summer in Texas has just been miserable. At least it sounds like it's been miserable.
Yeah, it's been rough.
And it's still like 100 degrees.
Yeah. And Larry, because you put so many damn Taylor Swift videos on here, yes. I had to find it down here.
Yeehaw!
This.
Texas.
There you go.
I moved it down because I needed it next to the Taylor Swift Texas. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So I was like scrolling. I was like, "Where the hell is the Texas thing?"
It's like the last one, right?
Yeah, it's the last one. Almost. It's down at the very bottom.
Our Taylor Swift episode was pretty amazing.
It was.
It was good. I was impressed.
You missed a good time.
I did. I was very sad that I didn't get to go. I did Okay, I'll tell you. So the other week, for a lot of people who don't know, me and my neighbor have become very, very good friends. Right? We hang out all the time. Like that's kind of like the friend in the neighborhood. His wife had a birthday, and he decided it would be a great idea. So he rented a party bus.
Oh, nice.
Got like 22 of his closest friends. So some of us, like, right. He got a babysitter for all their kids, basically. So all the kids stayed at his house with the babysitter. And we all got on a party bus. We're drinking, right, and rolled to downtown Austin. Went to a couple of different places and then rode the party bus back. Like, I have not done that as an adult. There was a stripper pole on the party bus. Kind of like, so previously we've all been on a party bus, right, going up
for work nonetheless.
For a work thing.
Yeah, right.
Very similar setup, except this one, under each of the seats was a cooler. So you could put your, like, you BYOB and you just put it in the cooler and you stand up and open your seat and pull your drink out. It was a great time.
I thought you were going to say your coworkers were grinding against you, like
not that time. I was laughing because I implicitly. So the time when I was on there, we had a man who's roughly the same proportions as me, was riding on the dance pole, and I mistakenly sat right next to the stripper pole the last time I was on it. So when I got on this bus, I was like, stripper pole, sit farther away, right? Like, don't stand by that. Because it's not who you want to be on the stripper pole that usually gets on the stripper pole on the way to the
right
on the way to the bar. It's all the fat guys that think it's funny are getting up there and I don't need any part of that in my face. So yeah, I learned this time was like got in there. I was like, all right, scooch down, get away from the party or the stripper pole on the party bus.
Good,
solid call.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a good time, man.
Yeah, it was fun. I like I said, it's a bunch of. I think 35 was the youngest person there, right? So like 35 to like 50-year-olds on a party bus rolling to downtown. It was quite interesting to say the least.
It's okay, Scott. You can say it now. You can say middle-aged. Like,
we're a bunch of middle-aged people.
Yeah,
middle-aged people on a party bus.
You can say it. Like,
it was.
We're all there now.
We're not all. We're not. I've yet to. I'm not accepting it now. I refuse.
Accept it. I said you're on the downhill slope.
I am.
You ain't going the opposite.
Very much.
No.
Okay.
Exactly. So yeah, it was a bunch of middle-aged people on a party bus, whooping it up, going to downtown Austin to go drink on a rooftop bar. It was a fun time. I tried to log in to join the podcast. I said hello, and then because we were at the top of the building on the rooftop bar, I did not get very good enough service to join in, nor could I figure out you had to have a guest account for the Wi-Fi and you had to have a room number. So I was trying to find somebody that would tell me what their room number was. So what's your room number and last name? Can I please get some Wi-Fi?
Excuse me, middle-aged man, get away from my daughter.
Yeah.
So Ed saying he's rethinking about all of his triple pole antics. I think Galactic Brad says, "Hey, she's not middle-aged until 75." So I want to know. I said your secrets. I said of aging because I said evidently I need some of those.
Good God, I'm not going to make it to 75.
God,
just being real.
I 100% doubt that for myself too.
Seems unlikely.
Like I honestly, I think with some of my recent health changes, like I said, I think I've eked out maybe a couple extra years, but I don't think I hit that 75 yet.
It seems like a long shot, but who knows? Manny asked a Texas-related question. Did you see that a Hooters girl got arrested for messing with chicken wings? I did not see that, but I am intrigued.
Yeah.
Do you guys even like Hooters wings?
No. So I was gonna
kind of the worst.
Okay, so no. Here's a way to go into it here. So there is Hooters wings, right? The Hooters food.
Yeah.
So my daughter goes to like a kid's haircut place, right? Next door, they opened a restaurant called Hoots Wings. It's literally Hooters without the girls, and it's just like the wings. I'm like, dude, like your food was always garbage.
Oh, It's literally owned by Hooters.
Yes, no, it's
It's
again,
not like a knockoff.
it's not like I'm exaggerating. It is literally owned by Hooters, and they're like, hey, for the 3 people that actually like our food, but don't want to go to the restaurant with the girls, let's make a restaurant without the misogyny for a little bit. Like, dude, first off, your clientele. Know your clientele, because the people that are going to Hooters generally are not people that are going there.
It's the
food.
Hooters where you can take your wife.
Yeah. No, because look at
these fun workers, throwing up the bunny ears. And
yeah, it's the fun
it's
thing.
Family
So
friendly.
like
Hooters.
it is. Again, I'm just to say, the type of people who go to Hooters are not going there for the food.
Yeah, look, date
I'm
night.
just telling you that right now.
That's me. Right, go on date night. Oh, they even have that.
They get chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, one for you, one for me. Little Miss Boneless Wing Elitist. Yeah, look, it's more of a it's where
it's a family friendly restaurant.
Where you take your girlfriend.
Yeah, to Hoots. So yeah,
Hoots by Hooters.
Hoots by Hooters. I looked at it. And I looked it up because I was like, Hoots sounds like either they're trying to bank on the name Hooters, right? Or it's by them and they're trying to change up their image.
I just figured it was like just a knockoff where they're trying to be close but not exactly the same. But no, they did a spin-off. Is that a thing? Like spin-off restaurant?
Yeah. Manny says, I don't see any pictures from actual customers, just promo pics. Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think you're gonna find customer photos. I don't know who's getting food from Hoots.
Well, there's this one where it's completely empty. So yeah, I don't think anybody's going there.
Yep. No one's going to Hoots.
Because their wings aren't they're not good. I haven't been to Hooters in 20 something years.
By the way, so Manny's brought this up, but apparently
oh yeah, back on track
because I got to bring this up here. So for what Manny is talking about, and give me a moment here, because you got to see the picture here. The ad is Hooters waitress caught dipping hot wings in her vagina. But if we notice here, it's good old Houston, Texas, baby.
Yeah, home of chicken cone with the flies. And
so here's the thing. Okay, so it says
I just love that her mugshot is in her Hooters.
Yes,
because apparently that's what you know.
She got arrested at work.
That's
how they knew where to find her.
First off, how the hell were you doing that? Like,
I agree. Ouch.
Like, obviously you got caught, right? But I just cannot think of a way that you can inconspicuously do that in a restaurant, right? Like, how are you thinking no one's going to catch me doing this?
Pull up Tyler's comment.
Yeah.
That is one way to create a new wing flavor.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So,
yes,
Manny. Okay. Apparently, oftentimes it was during time of the month too, so that was added to the sauce. So,
a little extra saucy. That's gross. What that? Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Manny. Thank you. I needed to know that.
That was. Thank you.
I'm now gonna have, like I said, now every wing restaurant I'm gonna go to.
I am going to be just questioning my own sanity every time I go in there. Be like, see who's making the wings back there. Like looking in the kitchen, be like, if it's a lady, I'm watching you.
I don't think she was a cook though. She was a waitress.
So that's what I'm asking shady. Is how could you get away with this? And it seems like this has happened on more than one occasion. So how did you do this while anybody else in the restaurant seeing you? Because it's not like you're in the back putting them in the fryer, doing the fry.
She was putting them in the fryer.
Yeah, but how the hell do you get away with this? I guess golf claps to you because,
no.
First off, the level of disgusting depravity to do that. Second of all, it's hot wings. I don't think I want any of that near. The genital.
It feels like a sensitive area. I'm not an expert, but it feels like something you wouldn't want. I mean, I mean, when you go to when you're at the wings place and your hands are all messy and you need to go to the bathroom, you wash your hands first, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, this doesn't add up. Yeah.
So Galactic Brack asked if they caught her in the actor on camera. It says here that a coworker saw her doing it and reported it, and then they called the police. So yeah, it looks like
that
she
had to
was
be a fun 911 call.
Yeah.
I want to hear that 911 call.
Like,
It probably exists. Scott, Ed set us up for this. It's not a hot toy, but
yeah,
it's not hot.
Yeah, so let's.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. That was hot. That's hot. That is really hot.
There you go.
There you go. See, maybe that's right. Manny says it's a good lawsuit against.
Maybe that's why they made Hoots.
To get away from the vagina girl.
Yeah, no, this was reported like just a couple days ago. So
I don't know what to say. I mean, two things. I don't like Hooters anyhow, and my God, what's wrong with Houston, Texas?
Yeah, dude, there is some weird shit that happens in Houston, man. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Houston restaurants, stay away from them.
Apparently, chicken.
We've only had bad experiences in restaurants in Houston.
I do. Next time I'm in Austin, I do really want to go to Chicken Cone again, but we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So, yeah, that's the news I have. Is that there is now a Hooters for the food.
Yeah, right next to the children's haircut center.
Right next to Cookie Cutters or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Or Sharkies or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Galactic Break said Houston is competing with Florida.
Kind of
Houston is definitely the Florida of Texas.
It is.
Yes.
It's gross.
100%.
Oh, look at like the chat is just on point today. Manny would like to know, are you all enjoying She-Hulk? That's
so far.
That's a segue.
That's a segue. So far, yeah.
So there's 2 episodes in. Jeremy hasn't watched the second episode, so we won't really talk about the second episode, but we can talk a little bit about the first episode. It was okay. I know Mike really liked it. He watched it 3 times. He told us last week after we did the Taylor Swift thing that he watched the first episode 3 times. It was not that good. Yeah. Maybe I'll watch it again at some point, but I've only watched it once. I did watch the second episode too. But I don't know, I didn't love the first episode. I think that maybe it was just trying to, right? It was really basically her origin story. So I'm glad they were able to kind of knock that out in 30 minutes or whatever it was, and move forward. But it didn't feel like I thought it would feel. And I don't want to just hate on it, but it was just okay.
Well, I think Galactic Brat has it's been kind of meh.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Meh. As all those shows are though.
Yes, all of them have been like that. All of them have been like that. It's for example, the episode around 1. I think the reason why I didn't like it is because it was just, it's not that it was overly bad, but it wasn't good either. It was it was just. I found here's the thing. I can tell if something's good or not if I basically start to get distracted by basically something on my phone.
Yeah.
Like so I'm if I want to actually watch something, I'll sit down and watch it. So for example, case in point, that Snoop Dogg, Jamie Foxx vampire movie.
Yeah, I watched that last night.
It was great.
It was great.
So good.
It was so good.
Yeah. So that was one thing. Hey, I was automatically knowing, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna be into this. Started playing on my phone. Hey, I started watching it. Okay, hey, I got to restart this just because I got to pay attention to this because this is great.
Yeah, it was good for a mindless dumb movie. Let's put it that way.
I mean, it knew
played
what it was.
into what it was.
Exactly.
It knew what it was, and it played into it.
Exactly. It was. I had the ability to go in, turn off my brain for an hour and a half, and enjoy myself. Perfectly fun. It was. That just sounded completely horrible.
But before we go into the thing too, I do have to say there's one thing about Day Shift I did appreciate. So in the movies, we always have all these different versions of vampires, right? That have all the different things. Day Shift is no, they're just different breeds, and all of them exist in different. There's your traditional Eastern. There's the ones from 30 Days a Night. They all exist as just a different breed of vampire. I really appreciated that because I'm like, nah, we'll just have a bunch of different types show up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, and the fact that Larry sat down and watched this movie, like, so I
Yeah,
can tell,
it's gotta-
that automatically scores it points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I
that's good.
finished it. It was good. It was Netflix good, but it was
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it.
So here's the one thing I will say about She-Hulk that I thought they were going to they would do something different is how she gets her powers.
Oh, that was so lame.
So here's the
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Wow,
Back in the when she was created, right? 60s,
it's 80s. It was
or
like 81,
80s,
82,
81,
something
right?
that.
Like,
Yeah,
of course,
early
the
80s.
easy comic explanation. She gets hurt. She needs a blood transfusion from Bruce, who wasn't in Hulk form at the time, right? And like gets her powers. Surprise, she's Hulk. I was like, okay, they got to fix that because at no point with him being the Hulk are they going to do a fucking blood transfusion and think this will
Yeah.
turn out well. She's not going to get anything like.
And it it would have taken too much time to right. They would have take her to the hospital, show her in the hospital, explain why she was getting the transfusion from Bruce. Like it worked in the comic book, but yeah, I get it. It was updated for TV, just to make it move faster. In February 1980 is when She-Hulk #1 debuted, co-created by Stan Lee, and just real quick the random She-Hulk knowledge I have in my head. I think that the Lou Ferrigno Hulk show was super popular at the time, and they were talking about introducing a female Hulk. So Marvel had to hurry up and create their own female Hulk. That way, they kind of owned the rights to that before the TV did. So that was why She-Hulk became a thing.
Yeah, like I don't know. This is like the everything was just too convenient in the first episode,
was, yeah.
and
It was the origin story, the training. Like it had some good jokes in it. Like Manny mentions the Easter eggs. Like it was a good show for Easter eggs. I agree. Right, they talked about Captain America, Iron Man. There was Black Widow. Right, there was a lot of throwbacks to the movies and stuff, which was great. Right, to get more of like Bruce's feelings about his friends, especially the friends who passed away. Like it was nice, and it had a few jokes, none of which I could remember right this second. But it was just okay.
Now, Galactic brings up a good point. Like I said, like they're trying to basically do the Deadpool thing with the fourth wall breaks. Like I said, it works. It works with Deadpool. It doesn't work with She-Hulk.
They're not doing it right. Yeah,
they're
it's not what I
right.
expected. Yeah.
They're not doing
it feels kind of forced.
Exactly. It feels forced.
That initial scene, it was fine. The very opening scene where she introduces the flashback, that worked perfect. Like right, she's walking out the door and then turns around and like says, "Oh, let me explain how we got here." Yeah, that was great. The rest of them sucked.
They're trying to go Ferris Bueller with it, like, and I think right, like
Ferris Bueller did it better.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like Deadpool, it's intermixed with him commenting to the people around him too. So it makes it feel like you're just another one of the characters that he's doing that to, right? Yeah. It comes off, I don't want to say organically, but it feels much more like fitting of a character that's quipping to everybody, right? Constantly, that he's then going to break the fourth wall and talk to you, right? You're like, oh, of course he would, because he's making fun of everybody and like everything. This, just to talk to the camera, doesn't make sense.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Ed mentions, right, she did break the fourth wall at least a decade before Deadpool. Well, I mean, it was kind of her thing, but that doesn't mean that they're doing it right in the show. Maybe it'll get better, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not what I expected. Like, I really just wanted, like, a lawyer show, and this isn't necessarily a lawyer show. Not yet, at least.
They just... I wanted a comedy lawyer show, just make it a pure comedy, like said, like pure
over the top,
like almost like every week is basically a comedy version of Law and Order, but with She-Hulk and superheroes.
Yeah,
and like every week she basically has a new client.
That would be great. I mean, like I still like that idea with like shorter story arcs, and rather than this like one season thing, they haven't done it though.
Yeah, like a little like I hate to say like. Yeah, you go into the shows that used to do like the Creature of the Week, right? Type of show. Where it's like, hey, it's this isolated thing. You might have a season-long arc that you're intermixing in there, but do the Creature of the Week type of things. They really haven't done that a lot with any of the shows. At all.
I mean, the one that I know we've talked about before was like season 1 of The Flash. That's what season 1 of The Flash was, right? Yeah, there was the overall story was kind of around Reverse Flash, but there was really a villain of the week almost every episode.
Well, and you could, and then like, here's the thing: you could introduce like D. I said
Oh,
D
yeah.
and E level characters too, so
Yeah.
and just have them like this throwaway characters, like just
Yeah, there's plenty to choose from.
Look, you can bring back
so
because technically I'm still kind of hazy on what the other characters from. You can bring back the Wizard,
Yeah.
right? From
Oh yeah,
the '80s comics. So
yeah.
'cause that's character doesn't necessarily exist in that universe.
you could do a better job than what they did in Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. I couldn't remember where that guy was from.
Yeah, Jessica Jones,
season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny and goofy, but bring that guy back. Bring that same guy back.
Yeah,
Like,
just
that would
have
be-
him do this little
that would be
little
cool.
not his body's not moving, but he's just doing this on a green screen run.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I don't know. We'll see. It's just season 2. Episode 2 was okay, but it's still kind of origin story. She clearly has her powers, but they're kind of setting up stuff. I remember stuff from the trailer about like her dating and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's still several episodes left, but like it's just not what I expected.
Well, and I think the reason why I don't like it too is just because now, like, it's so convenient now that hey, Bruce's blood is basically all of a sudden like, hey, the most powerful and most random thing that hey, we gotta destroy all the evidence, and then like
Yeah.
he's been in how many, like I said Bruce Banner has been in like how many different like pieces of the MCU already, and then that's never come up, and then all of a sudden now it's a big deal, and now we can't basically let anybody get like any of Bruce Banner's blood.
Well,
So you
'cause,
automatically know that they're setting up basically Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're going to get. I said all that's going to be there.
So
I said that alien ship that came is going to take him back to Sakaar. That's going to set up World War. I said that's going to set up World War Hulk. Like
yeah.
everything is very just convenient.
Well, you haven't seen episode 2 yet, Jeremy, but episode 2, he's actually in space.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So here's the thing that it gets to too is like you're gonna call back to something from the fucking Ed Norton, Bruce Banner, where like his blood makes Abomination, right? And then it drips in it, and you get was it the leader technically on there that like through his blood, and then it's never mentioned again. To your point,
Never
for how many
mentioned
times
again.
like that, he's getting shot, hurt, beat up, and
Literally.
all that stuff.
in Infinity War, like I said, when he wasn't the like when he wasn't
just
the
Bruce.
Hulk at all,
Yeah.
he was just Bruce.
He could have easily splashed that on, gotten hurt.
Hey, guess what?
splashed his blood on
Well,
somebody.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and just like give everyone a little Hulk juice.
Yeah, get him.
Okay,
a bunch.
that's the episode title. Hulk,
Hulk
juice.
done.
So
done.
here's a question. So there we go. So we haven't really had Betty outside of Liv Tyler.
Who's Betty? Is that
That's his girlfriend, Liv
That's his
Tyler.
girlfriend.
Yeah, Liv Tyler. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. So you have
What
Liv
happened to
Tyler.
Liv Tyler? Is she even
So-
alive anymore?
I don't know.
Like
She just
the
kinda
human,
disappeared.
not the character.
Yeah. So she's there, which means to Jeremy's point, you have the Red Hulk, which means that you can have Red She-Hulk because you have
Oh,
Betty.
right.
So
That would be
But-
interesting. Is Liv Tyler that's Red She-Hulk?
well, that's Betty.
Okay,
Betty Brant. Yeah.
Betty
Yes.
Brant, but
I didn't know that.
she has not been mentioned
Yeah,
a
yeah, she's
single
been gone
time
since that movie.
since the Ed Norton movie.
Yeah, I mean,
You have General Ross.
yeah, he died though, didn't he? The,
But yeah,
the actor.
The actor died.
Well, here's the thing. That's it's a perfect transition because like here's the thing. They can just say like they can do like some flashback scene with some back dude of random's head, and then he's permanently Red Hulk. Like it's perfect. You can recast it as anybody else at that point in time.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't really
It's
matter.
it's a good way to kind of cover that up. Yeah, so you have that, and then in the comics, Betty Ross, by the way, not Betty.
Betty.
Oh,
Ross.
yeah,
Not
that's
Betty
right.
Brant.
Betty, yeah,
Betty Ross, the American flag lady.
Yeah,
that's
that's Betsy
that's
Ross.
Betsy Ross. But yeah, General Thunderbolt Ross's daughter, right? Is
That's
so
confusing.
she becomes Red She-Hulk at a certain
Okay.
point in the comics.
I did not know that.
Okay.
I knew there was a Red She-Hulk. I didn't know who it was. I guess I never
Wait.
cared.
A little Hulk juice. I think I've seen that movie. Oh, please look. I'm afraid to even look.
Oh,
see
please
that
don't. Don't share your screen. I feel like this is going down a dark.
No, it's
Dark
there's
Alley.
dude. We've all seen the Avengers porn parody. Come on, so Hulk smash takes on a whole different meaning.
Like here we go. Like it's it's like this is the Hulk juice. Remember? That's when Stanley was drinking the soda.
Oh yeah.
Case in point.
How come
he got sick with radiation poisoning? How come he didn't turn into a Hulk?
That's right. Yeah.
Like they were just like, hey, he God, that Lou Ferrigno. Like as classic as this, it looks so bad.
I mean, it was bad. It was a dude painted green.
Yeah, dude painted green, and then they put some like fake shit on his forehead to make him look more Neanderthalish.
So, but the funny thing is, I actually enjoy the old Incredible Hulk more than Moon Knight and more than Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like,
ouch.
When you can get a real dude to fight a real bear.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Like they were able to get some.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like when I was watching episode 2, like it kind of felt like, I know we've said before, kind of Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. Like I'm just watching it because it's a Marvel show, not because I really want to watch it or I'm enjoying watching it. I feel obligated, and that's not a good place to be. I don't know what's going on with the MCU right now. Like even we never really even talked about Thor: Love and Thunder, but that's like on that same page. I watched it. I didn't really care for it. I don't know. I saw it first day, and I'm like, why did I go see this opening day?
Yeah, and to the point of a lot of things, it's not like any of the shows are just flat out bad.
Yeah,
they're not.
I mean,
Moon Knight needed to be a little bit better, but like the other ones.
This Marvel started out great and then quickly went downhill.
Yeah, it started to go, but like it was still like
it was okay.
It was still watchable. It was still entertaining every show. Here's my thought: is I think we're really hitting the point where they've saturated everything, and now we're in the experiment phase to show like, okay, what else can we do with this? Because we already had the huge like world record breaking thing. Can we recreate it? But have to like involve TV now, like expand it out. And I just don't think they're moving fast enough. Because I still don't know, like, what the fuck are they setting up for as the big bad? Like, I've still yet to figure. They've set up a couple different things, but nothing has come to fruition. So, what are we actually like leaning towards? And I think that's my problem.
Well, Phase 4
is
just been a mess.
Yeah, there's no clear bad guy. It was very quickly right. First Avengers, Barry was saying like Thanos is going to be the bad guy. Right, you finally figured it out. You had a couple of movies to knock it in. We've had well more than that now of what has come out to introduce us to like just hint.
The closest thing we got was in Loki. Like with
King
He Who Remains was his King, because it's going to all go up
and his
Conqueror. But he hasn't. Listen, there hasn't been another mention since.
Exactly, and that's my thing. Is like it's that right, and then you're talking about like they're also trying to set up like some World War Hulk. Well, is that the big bad for this thing? Like, what are we going towards? And I think that's my issue with this version of the MCU is like, you've set up these dangled these threads in front of us, but none of them actually mean anything yet.
Yeah, I don't know. Something is off. I mean, I guess it like Scott was kind of saying, like Infinity War, Endgame were great, right? They're $1 billion movies at the box office or whatever, like top all time, blah blah blah. Like maybe they were so good that anything after that just seems mediocre. Yeah, but
it's hard to follow up with that, right? Like
it is. The bar is set too high, and now you come out with, I guess, a decent movie like Thor: Love and Thunder, or I don't know, Eternals, or the Black Widow movie, and they just seem,
I think,
not as good.
I think when Eternals bombed, I think that really threw them for. I think me and my wife have been rewatching the Witcher. As soon as the reviews and everything came out for Eternals, everyone at Disney went, "Fuck!" What do we do?
Yeah, I don't know. Like your Bride said she liked Miss Marvel. And Miss Marvel was geared more towards teens and young adults. That's normally the stuff that I like. And I did like that first episode when they went to Avengers Con. That one was awesome. That one was great. It just all went downhill really fast after that. And I appreciate that they're trying to do things that feel different. But Miss Marvel's supposed to be back in the Marvels, right? Then it's Captain Marvel 2. But I don't really understand how that's going to fit in. I don't really care. Monica Rambeau's supposed to be in it too, right? Like,
which we haven't heard or seen
a
single thing
Yeah.
WandaVision.
And I don't know. I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's I'm in a weird spot for this Marvel stuff, from loving it so much and having to see these movies the day they come out and watching the shows the day that they come out.
Well,
I'm starting to think, like, do I even need to?
Well, and I think the funny thing is, right, is you would think that, like, if Warner Brothers, like I said, Warner Brothers Discovery could get their shit together,
Yeah.
like now would be like the perfect time to strike, because, like, it's what, like, Marvel's kind of been like, I'm like, you throw out some good movies, like you have the ability to kind of, like I said, steal some of that market share away.
Yep.
But they've just been doing nothing.
They scrapped everything that they have.
They scrapped everything. They had the
Aquaman doesn't
Robert
come out until
Pattinson
next
Batman,
year.
which I give a C+, B- at best for that one.
Yeah, I never even watched that. I think I started it and I was just bored and I turned it off.
It's not bad. Like, it definitely is a good, like, young Batman.
I gave it a B. Like, it's like, I like the detective aspect of it.
Yeah, there was a much more like detective. Finally, we actually get a detective Batman, right? That, like, actually shows that he's more than just I dress like a ninja bat and beat criminals up.
Ninja Bat.
Yeah,
but no, it's so they have the opportunity to do everything else, and so, like, you could tell that that some people, hey, even Ezra Miller realized this, because he actually showed up to Hollywood to apologize in person to Warner Brothers and beg them not to can his movie.
Wow. I mean, who's going to give him a chance after all this mess? Like, this is his last shot, unless he gets his stuff together.
I mean, my question was, the Batgirl show or movie that got finished and then scrapped, and then they're showing people, like, because it's done, right? It's done. It's edited. It's fully
really close, at least.
It is funny, to the point where they were doing screenings with, like, people from the studio.
So
there's
only some visual effects. Like I said, they
were missing.
They had to do, but, like, all principal photography had been done.
And, like, most of the editing had been cut to a full functioning movie, right? So and they're getting rid of it. But, like, the people who have seen it have come out and been like, it wasn't the best thing, but it was actually pretty good. Like, I don't know why. I have, like, no one that's seen it can even say, like, I don't know why they scrapped this.
It wasn't like Fantastic Four.
No, so no, that is, well, I don't know where I said because I must have read some different articles, because I read that the test audiences hated it, and that's why they scrapped it. Like,
it could be.
I mean, you would think that would be the case.
Yeah.
If it was decent, why you at least put it on your streaming service.
That Galactic Brack brings up a good thing. She says maybe they're just using this as a way to build hype, and then they get back, you know what? We are gonna drop this thing.
Yeah, and then people be like, "Oh, it's not that bad. Like, I really liked it," and then that builds some hype. Right. Yeah, it might be a marketing move.
When Michael Keaton doesn't remember that he's actually in the movie.
Yeah, you told me that. That's nuts. I mean, I don't know. He just doesn't remember what he does anymore.
He's Mr. Mom. He has to remember.
What's Manny saying about Aquaman? I did see Aquaman got delayed until December 2023, so that's a really long time from now. Yeah, that's what he's saying. They reshot the Michael Keaton Batman stuff with Ben Affleck. So which Batman movie actually are we gonna get? I don't know. Maybe they scrapped the Michael Keaton thing.
Hey, we have Bennifer back.
Yeah, that's all that matters. The world
that's all
is
that
complete.
matters.
Yeah. Oh, Ed said it. Sorry, Manny. Oh, sorry, Ed. Yeah. Well done. I'm just clicking on chats. I can't read. Look, see, click.
Yeah, we have Bennifer back, so that's all that matters.
That is true. We've got like 10-ish minutes left. I've got a random show that I've been meaning to ask you guys if you watched. Have either of you watched on Hulu The Bear?
Yes, the cooking show. Yeah,
the cooking show. Yeah, it's about this guy. Right, the family owns an Italian beef restaurant in Chicago, and it's basically just about them working in the kitchen and their relationships and all that stuff. I think it's like 8 episodes. It's been out for a little bit, but it's really good. We just finished it.
It's really good. Yeah, it's surprisingly good. It's funny. Like,
it's on my list. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, dude, you'd like it. It's right up your alley.
It's a great show for literally having, like, nobody in it.
Yeah,
like no name, like anybody, like that's really besides, like, the main guy, right? But it's like for, like, having, like, no star power behind it. This, that, or the
other. What's his name from the Punisher? Micro.
Yeah.
The actor.
it has the Punisher.
Eben, what's his name?
I mean, John Bernthal's in it a little bit too. So
Yeah,
but he's not the main cast.
Yeah.
The main cast isn't isn't superstars. But so Manny asked if it was a good show. I really liked it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Enjoyed it way more than She-Hulk. Ed really liked it too, right? And it's coming back for a second season. That last episode wraps up really good. No spoilers, but right, it's obviously sets up a second season, so it's great that it will be back for more, because it would be very disappointing if it wasn't. It takes a minute to get kind of its footing, but it's really just all about like character development and those people's lives and their interactions and stuff. So if you don't like the first episode or second episode, like give it a try. Like by like episode 3 and 4, it gets really good.
It was really, really good. Like I said, it's one of those things where I'm like, I can't even take credit. I was a bandwagon hopper because I heard a whole bunch of people talking about it. So I'm like, okay, let me actually get a chance and watch it.
It's absolutely one of those shows that I would not have clicked on. Like if I was just scrolling through Hulu and they're like, you might like The Bear. I'm like, no, I won't.
No, it won't.
No. But it was different. Like, there's not a lot of shows set in a kitchen that way, other than, like Hell's Kitchen. Shout out to Raw Boys. Those kind of reality shows. It was kind of a different take, and it was really good. And I really want an Italian beef sandwich now.
Yeah.
All right, so
really want an Italian beef.
So you need to go get that in your chocolate cake shake.
I know. I told my wife, like, we were trying to come up with somewhere to go for dinner last night after we watched the last episode of The Bear. And I'm like, let's go to Portillo's. Like, I want Italian beef. She does not like Portillo's. She did not want to go. So I'm going to have to go by myself. It's pretty good, man. I just wanted the Italian beef, though, dipped in the gravy and nice soggy bread.
So here's another show, right? I'm
okay. What do you want?
I'm hoping they renew it. Have you seen the show Why Women Kill?
I don't know what that is.
It's on Paramount Plus. It's like I said, each season basically follows, like I said, a different story. But it's a really, really good show.
Yeah. A dark comedy anthology television.
Yeah. So like the second season has Nick Frost in it. Like it's like an over the top kind of like Clue type of show.
Okay. Nick Frost.
But it's really
Lucy Liu. Like it's got some people I know.
It's really, really good. So like check it out. Like if you haven't already. But it's a funny show. It's a good show. It's another one of those ones where I'm like, I would have never watched this.
I mean, just based on like, because it looks like a period thing, right? They're in kind of old timey clothes. It doesn't look like something that would if I'm judging the book by the cover, I would be picking this one up.
Would skip. Yeah.
Even with Nick Frost. Nick Frost is awesome.
Like, but it's surprisingly, like I said, really good. Like literally what ends up happening, right, is like I said, the main chick like offs one of her neighbors, and then like it's the spiral. It just spirals down from there. Like, but like it's a comedy. Like it's great.
Okay, that sounds fun. The murder thing reminds me. Only Murders in the Building had their last episode this last week. No spoilers, but it was really good.
Oh,
I liked it.
Send off
Steve Martin. Oh, I mean, I think there's a season 3, so dude might be back for one more. So it's one of those shows where like it was a really good premise for one season, and they're having to come up with ways to keep it going because it's been successful. Yeah. So that last episode was fun to see how they decided to keep it going because it was successful.
Yeah.
So
you love that too, right? The problem with those type of things, like, and I think this is why a lot of shows, they keep going for a little bit longer than they should. The stakes get so high.
Yes.
As you move on, you're like, dude, at this point, it just becomes unrealistic for this to continue on.
It's like
my ability to suspend disbelief is out the window at this point. Like that is just asinine to a certain point. Like I really love the show Criminal Minds. It went on for about 6 seasons longer than it should have.
Yeah.
Right. Like they should have, they were like, you know what? We're going to make this thing like go absolutely balls to the wall at the end. You're like, dude, this is.
I think one of the really good examples for that was like Prison Break.
Yeah.
We wrote one good season. These guys break out of jail. And then it's like, well, how do we keep them breaking out of jail every year? Because, this is making money.
Right. You
Only
can't call it
Murders is
Prison
kind of the
Break
same
when
thing,
only
yeah.
the first season is Prison Break.
Well, they end up in jail in future seasons.
I know.
too, and they
That's what I'm
gotta
saying.
break
But
out
like,
the
you
new
couldn't
shit.
do non-jail
Yeah,
again.
it's-
It has to be back in jail because you have a show called Prison Break. You can't have season 2 of Prison Break and no one's in prison.
Yeah, that's
So-
exactly what Only Murders is. It's like, how do we get these guys to have to investigate more murders? I don't know. It's ridiculous, but it's a fun ridiculous, and it has Selena Gomez, so 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Selena
All
Gomez.
right. Well, with the
What is Strange New Worlds? That's the Paramount Plus one.
It's the Star Trek show.
Oh,
it's like
it's
kind of like Star.
Yeah, so
yeah,
so
yeah,
basically
yeah,
it's like a prequel to like it's a prequel to like I said the Enterprise days, like right when
with
with
Captain
Kirk.
Pike.
It's Captain Pike.
Okay. I think we have Paramount Plus, but I don't watch anything on Paramount Plus, so I do not know what's going on there. Oh well.
Yep. Yeah, it takes place before Kirk. It's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. Cool.
All right. Well, with the Selena Gomez reference, Larry, I think it's time for you to do your thing.
Wait, coming next week, episode 225, 224, the Selena Gomez episode where we deep dive our favorite Selena Gomez songs. No,
I do not have a Selena.
I was gonna say
Selena
the
Gomez song.
3.
she's had multiple albums. Rare is a great album. I'm just saying.
Okay, the fact that you know that, it makes me very sad.
Plus, Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, come on. I've been a Selena Gomez. I've been a Selena-nator or whatever since way back.
Selena-nator?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus.
Twihards. Twihard. Shout out to the Twihards.
Oh, jeez.
If you're a Twihard and you want to follow us on Instagram, that would be great. You can find us at STS Guys. We're also on Twitter at STS Guys. And guess what? We're on Facebook at the STS Guys. And I am Larry from the STS Guys.
Chilling like a villain.
Chilling like a villain.
Ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding 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 diggy ding ding.
And if you like delicious coffee or rad hats like Scott's wearing, go check out Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. That's right. If you use the code in our link on our Instagram bio, you can save on your first order. Lost Astronaut Coffee Company. Guess what? It's the best.
It's the best.
And if you like podcasts, well, guess what? I've got some friends who have podcasts.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Shout out to our podcast family like Talkin' Pops, Pop Collectors Alliance, Secondary Heroes, the Average Nerd Podcast, Nerdy Curious, Movie Retakes, the Toy Rewind Podcast. We just did a great episode all about Gigapets. 3 beers and a mic. Just a little podcast. Raw Boys episode something or other dropping soon. I think episode 3. And real quick, shout out to Genre Geeks. I heard there's a special guest on their next episode, and guess what? It's me. So I think that drops this week. I'll share that out, and then we can talk about it more next week. But
cool.
It was a good time.
Good. Can't wait to hear it.
Awesome. Well, with that, Jeremy,
all right,
do your thing.
Say the things.
So for episode 22.3 of the STS Guys,
Wait,
I've been Jeremy.
Scott didn't pick up on that.
Oh, 22.
I tried to do it. I tried to do it at the beginning.
I know you did. It's okay.
I was trying to push you guys.
It's okay. It's okay. You didn't even know. Anyway, hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.